Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tale, The Nightingale. Once upon a time, there was an emperor in China who had a beautiful garden. The garden was vast, and in it lived a nightingale, known for its enchanting song. The nightingale's song was so beautiful that everyone who heard it praised, saying,
"This is the most beautiful sound in the world."
One day, the emperor heard about the nightingale and ordered his ministers to find it. The ministers searched everywhere but found nothing. Fortunately, a young maid working in the kitchen knew where the nightingale was. She led the ministers deep into the forest, where they finally found it. The ministers invited the nightingale.
"Please come to the palace and sing for the emperor."
The nightingale thought for a moment and replied,
"I am willing to come, but I sing best when I am free in the forest."
The nightingale went to the palace and sang while standing on a golden perch. Its voice was as clear as flowing water, and everyone was captivated. The people in the palace listened carefully to the nightingale's song. Its voice moved the emperor so deeply that tears fell from his eyes. The emperor said with emotion,
"This is the most beautiful song in the world."
The emperor even ordered gold to be given to the nightingale, but it gently shook its head and said,
"Your tears are more precious than gold because they are genuine feelings."
The nightingale stayed in the palace, but it was not happy. It was confined to a luxurious cage with a thread tied to its feet, losing its freedom. One day, a foreign ambassador brought a mechanical nightingale inlaid with diamonds. By simply winding it up, it could sing elegant melodies. The emperor praised the shiny mechanical nightingale, and when the real nightingale saw this, it felt a little sad.
"The emperor no longer needs me."
The nightingale broke free from the thread tied to its feet and quietly flew out of the window, returning to the forest. One day, a fisherman heard the mechanical nightingale's song and shook his head, saying,
"The sound is indeed like a real nightingale, but it feels like something is missing."
The mechanical nightingale replaced the real nightingale and stayed with the emperor. One night, as the emperor lay in bed listening, the mechanical nightingale suddenly broke down. The spring couldn't turn, and even the sound disappeared. The emperor, frantic, called for a watchmaker to repair it. Although it was fixed, from then on, he could only occasionally hear the mechanical nightingale sing. Years passed, and the emperor grew old and sick, lying alone in his magnificent bed, with no one to keep him company. One day, the emperor felt as though something heavy was pressing on his chest, making it hard for him to breathe. He opened his tired eyes and saw death sitting on his chest. Many strange images appeared before the emperor's eyes, representing his good deeds and bad deeds. The emperor was terrified and shouted,
"Quick, play the music."
The emperor looked at the mechanical nightingale and said,
"Sing, sing."
But the mechanical nightingale remained still because no one had wound it up. At that moment, a familiar and beautiful song floated in from the window. It was the real nightingale, who had heard that the emperor was in danger and had come to sing for him. The nightingale's song was gentle and full of hope. As the melody played, the frightening images faded away, and death was moved. He remembered the beauty of his own garden and turned into white mist, drifting away. The emperor, deeply touched, said,
"Nightingale, thank you for driving away those terrifying images. How can I repay you?"
The nightingale smiled and said,
"You have already repaid me, just when I first sang for you in the palace. I saw genuine tears in your eyes, and that is priceless. Now, you should rest well. I will continue to sing for you."
The emperor fell into a peaceful sleep, comforted by the nightingale's song. When he woke up, he felt full of energy.
Nightingale, would you stay with me?
The emperor asked sincerely.
I cannot stay in the palace, but I will come back often to sing for you.
The nightingale replied. The emperor smiled and nodded.
Good, it's a promise.
From that day on, the nightingale frequently returned to the palace to sing for the emperor. The emperor's health slowly improved, and he rediscovered his love for life. This story teaches us that true beauty comes from nature, authenticity, and emotion, and while technology may be convenient, it can never replace the warmth of companionship. The story ends here. Good night. I wish you sweet dreams.